Hello everyone, Yamfa here, and I'm going to show you today a card game that I made. The game is called Working as Intended and is based off Dark Souls 3's PvP. This is a card made by MakePlayingCards.com. I ordered it like 2 weeks ago and it has finally arrived. Let's see what's inside. The cards are packaged in a neat plastic wrap. I'll just take this off and see how the printing pretty decent quality thanks to NPC and my 36 bucks. Sadly, this is an outdated version, so the balance is not going to be very good. Also, there is only 1v1 PvP in this card, so I'll have to make new printed versions of this card once I finish the update and beta testing. So what you do in this card game is that first off, you have to farm normal enemies or elite enemies, and a player can start a boss battle, and the bosses are obviously much stronger, and the other players becomes the phantom. If the player wins, the player takes the boss card, and the other player takes the reward. 4 or more boss cards wins the game. There's a twist in here. You lose all your soul cards, which is the boss cards, enemy cards, etc. on death, and you can invade someone for 1v1 PvP, and if you win, you take the boss card of that person. So using these basic outline rules, I have made a card game that functions pretty well, I should say. I played it with some friends, and after 20 or 30 or something patch, this game is finally playable. You can choose weapons, armors, rings, spells, become a spellcaster, parry, attack, guard break, backstab, things like that. You can use items, you can farm normal enemies, you can invade, you can use a dark moon blade on your sellsword and one-shot everyone. Use dual charms to remove buffs, corrosive urns to remove armors and rings. You can power stance weapons if you choose the Dark Souls 2 character, the bearer of the curse. And most of all the cards are going to be free and distributed every time I update. If you want the PPTX, there's a link down below. I made all these cards using Microsoft PowerPoint, because that's the only tool I know how to use, which is kinda sad, but I've made multiple templates with the PowerPoint, so you can copy and paste all the necessary information and make your own cards. I have yet to make a full guide on how to play this game. Basic idea is you take turns choosing what to do. For example, you can choose to farm normal enemies, or get your luck on a elite enemy, or really go forth and challenge on a boss. Or you can go back to Firelink Shrine and trade all your soul cards with item, equipment, stuff like that. After you choose an enemy card, you draw 3 action cards for that enemy, and if it's a normal enemy, you reveal all the cards. If it's an elite enemy, you reveal 2 cards, and if it's a boss mob, and if it's a boss, you have to hide 2 cards and act accordingly. After the enemy and you yourself has finished placing all the cards, there are instructions on the enemy cards that depict what cards do. For example, a wheeled skeleton will have special attacks that include rolling towards you that will deplete a ton of your stamina and so on. In PvP situation, 2 players play offensive and defense. The offensive player places 3 cards, and the defensive player has to guess what cards they are and act accordingly. For example, if your opponent uses an item card, that means you can attack your opponent freely without getting interrupted, or heal, buff, etc. That's about it. If you're interested, There is a link below to download all the cards, and you can visit my Patreon page to get regular updates on the cards I upload every week. Hope you enjoy this card game and have a nice day.